Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me at the back? Great, thank you. Welcome to this afternoon's seminar, which is about incentives and funding for green and blue infrastructure. My name is Julia Thrift, and I work at the Town and Country Planning Association, where I run the Green Infrastructure Partnership. I'm going to give a shameless plug for the Green Infrastructure Partnership. It's a network that exists to promote the enhancement and creation of green infrastructure across the UK. It's free to join. Please join. You can email us at that address, and members get a newsletter every month which includes information about new funding opportunities, new policy, research, events, and much more. We also offer discounts to a number of events, so please do join and encourage your friends and colleagues to join. I'm delighted to be here this afternoon to chair today's seminar. In the last few years, a huge amount of research has been done into new ways of funding green infrastructure. 10 years ago, it was possible to go to events where people were really tearing their hair out, thinking, we know that parks, green spaces, trees, and other green infrastructure are incredibly valuable for society, and yet there's no way of reflecting this in the decisions that economists and others make. And I think a classic example of that was and remains the fact that on many council balance sheets, public parks are listed as assets that have zero value. And that's because they can't be sold for development. So the value that they bring to public health, to the environment, to economic prosperity, to mitigating climate change, to reducing urban heat island effects, and many other values have simply not been captured in a way that decision makers who look at pounds on Excel spreadsheets can cope with. Now that situation has changed, and it's now far more possible to start thinking about putting values on both the assets and the services that green infrastructure provides. So I'm delighted to welcome our three speakers today who are going to talk about how we can turn this new thinking into actual cash to fund green infrastructure, because there's still a gap between what's called natural capital accounting and the values that it's being now possible to put against these assets and other benefits that green infrastructure provides. So we've got that, but we still haven't worked out how to turn that into cash.